We are live from Carleton Golf and Yacht Club at the 2022 Men's Intersectional, Senior Intersectional. This is the Group 10 of Jim LaChance from Carleton, Greg Corrigan from Highlands, Rockland's Ron Malouf, and Canada's Brian Robinson. And they've just holed out. Players say congratulations. Gentlemen. John, have you got a minute?
Very short one, John.
Okay, I won't take long.
Well, I just...
So Ron, John, your first is it your intersectional first group coming in?
Yep.
How did we do today?
I took 6 points.
Good for you. Good for you.
I think the
Excellent.
team is doing fairly well.
Okay.
That's the report from the halfway part.
Yeah. So the your shots coming in look pretty good. All these guys are pretty good golfers. So that's taking 6 points. Pretty good.
Thank you.
Good deal.
Yep,
well,
thanks.
Congratulations for taking 6, and
Thanks, Sean.
good luck. I won't keep you any longer. I know you got to sign off. So there you have it. John LaChance took 6 points. We'll try and get some more updates from the other teams as to where they stand. I know there are people watching from Highlands and from Rockland and Canada, so I'd like to get some more information from them, and hopefully we'll get a captain or one of the pros to come in and talk. Now, Group 9 is coming in, and Group 9 has... Let's see, Ken Rondeau from Carleton, Greg Pierce from Highland, Denny Brunet from Rockland, and Brian Krenick from Canada. And they're just in the fairway now, but while we're waiting for them, part of the very cool day. Sorry, I lost my camera there. The conditions are windy. I'm going to need some help here with that camera. So the conditions are windy here today, not too much, but enough to throw it off, and they're coming from a different direction than they normally come at Carleton. Normally the wind comes, it was more of an easterly wind from the north, so holes that normally play downwind are playing upwind, and 18, which normally plays into the wind, is now playing with the wind, and as a result we're seeing some pretty good approaches coming in here. So we have Ken Rondeau in the rough on the right to my right, and I think this is Canada hitting in, Brian Krenick. Nice shot coming up. It's going to be a little short, and unfortunately makes the trap. Highlands, Greg Pierce in my left rough, right rough on the as he's looking at it. Left-handed golfer, and the rough is thick here. If you haven't played at Carleton, it's a very thick rough. Ball's on the way, and I didn't see that land, unfortunately. He's not happy with it. Looks like Ken Rondeau is up next for Carleton, coming in. Ken hits a nice shot, and it's going a beautiful shot, and he'll have a nice little shot into that pin. It's a good putt. It's going to break from right to left. My right to his to left, and that'll be a good putt in. Now the greens are very fast today. They're not too fast, but they're running around 10 on the stimp meter. So, and you should be able to see the putts. We have the pin at the right corner, right back corner. So this must be Rockland, Dennis Brunet. And he's going to be short. He's going to be short. Oh, he gets on the green. He rolled it up nice. Whoa, a lot of overspin on that. Way more than I thought. He had a nice punch shot. I thought that was going to stop up short, but he hit just before the false front and bounced onto the green, and he'll have a similar putt to Ken Rondeau. So we have 4 balls on the green from group 9, or 2 balls on the green. We have 1 in the trap, and not sure where the other one is. Sorry if my camera falls down again. It is windy. I'm going to have to get something to secure it. And players are walking onto the green now. Hi. Hi Ken, how are you? Nice shot. Little interview after your round, after you put out. Thanks, Ken. Okay, they're on the green now, and Highlands is Greg Pierce is now hitting out of the trap. It's a very delicate shot. Oh, nicely done. Oh, just caught that heavy rough, but still not bad. That could have been really close had he just hit it another foot, because that ball would just sink right down to that hole. Can you get a brick or something for this? Can you get something heavy to hold here, because it's falling over? And after these guys are in, is that a pro there from the guy in the glasses? He's captain?
He's from Highlands.
Highlands. What's his name?
Mark McCollum.
Could you send him up after? Okay, the players are putting out now. Nice putt. Nice putt. Oh, just missed. That putt I thought was going to break down. It did not. And he taps in. Nicely done. I'm sure he's glad he's finished the round now. Ken Rondeau for Carleton. Sorry for the wind. It might sound a little funny. Under the hole, and he's got a breaker coming back. It's not a gimme by any stretch of the imagination there, and that is a good putt. Brian Krinick. Has he got enough? Has he got enough? Oh, he made it to the hole. It just turned off. Everything, all the putts always break to the center on the 18th green at Carleton. So if you're watching, and Greg Pierce right there. Oh, we just slipped away. Thank you very much. Get under the feet there. We're having a little trouble with the stand. Yeah. Yeah, just up here, like this. Yeah. Okay, Greg Pierce, he's got a tricky one coming back. This will break. And you see, just looked out on the right there. That is one of the problems. Here's Rondo. We're trying to finish up. He's also got a breaking putt here. And he's got it. In for his par. this is Canada putting now. Yeah. And so Brian, this must mean something for Brian. They're not giving it to him. And there it is. I'm going to interview Ken, and then if I can interview the pro.
Sure,
I'll see. Ken, can I see you for a minute?
You certainly may.
Ken, how are you? This is Ken Rondeau. Ken, this is the first time we've met.
Certainly, you've been trying many times to get me there.
You're always in the morning on Men's League and never see you. It's good to see you.
Thank you.
So how did we do today?
It was a bit of a struggle, but two matches and lost one.
Okay, so we've got 4 points.
4 points.
Good for you. Good for you. Excellent. Yeah. And so how were the conditions out there?
Again, the course is usually in great shape, and today was no different. Fairways are lush, greens are working out like that. The course is in great shape, great bunch of people.
And you're tearing up Men's League too. So
Have a good game.
congratulations.
Thank you again.
Good for you. So there you have it. Ken Rondeau took 4. Carleton has 10 points after 2 rounds. We'll try and get an update for those of you at Highlands, Rockland, and Canada. I'm going to try and get the pro from, I think it's Highlands. Yeah. Hello. Good. I'm John Karam.
Hello, I'm Mark Lacombe. Nice to meet you.
Mark, and you're from Highlands.
Yes, I am. I'm the
Okay.
head pro over there.
Okay, good. So just so we're in the camera. So,
Sure.
how do you your team? How is it looking right now?
Well, I've been around the course a lot there since the beginning, and it's kind of like a slinky. It's going up, it's going down, it's going up, it's going down. But I think guys are fairly pretty good, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
very good. And how do you find the course?
Well, I've known this course for many years, and I've played it a lot. And I was here in 2019 for the PGA Senior Championship, and I love this course. It's course in great shape. It's awesome shape. It's always been in awesome shape, so it's always a joy playing here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And were the guys excited about getting out here? Or they?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the guys came out actually on Saturday, Sunday, and played a practice round and everything, and really enjoyed it. So hopefully they're having fun out there.
Yeah, great. Well, keep us updated as how you're doing, and
Yeah, I'll be going out there right now and see what the rest of the bunch is doing.
that would be great. Nice to meet you. Thank you.
All right.
So there you have it, home from Highlands. Now, Group 8 coming in. They aren't in view yet, so they are a bit slow. And funny thing is, nobody's been closed out. Normally, you'll see after a while that some groups will close out, and you only see 3 players come down 18 or 2 players come down 18. But so far, everything has been counting. Everybody's had a counter, and so that's good. That's good news. I mean, it means that matches are close, and you want that in a senior intersectional. It's nice to see all these clubs here. They seem to be enjoying themselves, and so it's pretty good. So Mark's going out there to check on his troops. Hopefully we'll get some captains in here pretty soon, and we'll see how that works out. So yeah, this group number 8 was far behind. As when I was on the course earlier, they were at least 2 holes behind, and it must be close, because as I said, if once players get closed out and they lose all their points, they come in and it becomes a threesome, and then sometimes it becomes just a twosome, and then things move a little quicker. But we've got 2 groups in, which is very good. Tyler, come on up here. Tyler Fitzgerald, our pro here at Carleton. And
Hi, John.
It turned out to be okay. It was a cold morning as we started, and
We were all bundled up. We had our sweaters on, our jackets on. It was, we were wondering if the sun would ever come out, but look at it now. Sunglasses are on, and it's probably a nice balmy 23, 24 degrees.
It is, yeah. And yeah, it's good. The players seem to be enjoying the course. They've been, I just talked to, Mark Lacombe?
Mark Lacombe from Highlands.
And he said he loves the course. The players liked it, and they seem to be enjoying it. It's a very fair course. If you keep the ball in the fairway, and you're a fairly straight hitter. The greens are fair. You get what you read. It's no trick putts here. It's
and what I find here, with the group that are playing here, the senior intersectionals, they've been in the Ottawa area for a long time. So over the years, they've played here, quite a bit over the years. But coming back here, I was talking to a few people on the tee, and they're like, they always enjoy coming here because they appreciate that it's not a bomber's course.
Yeah.
They appreciate the fact that it's strategy more so than power. And watching a lot of the golfers even tee off, hitting irons, hybrids. Very few are actually hitting drivers off the first tee. So they know when they play here, it's all about positioning.
Oh, definitely. The rough right now, you can lose it pretty good down there. I mean, some places where I normally would be able to hit onto the green, I won't even try. I'll take a wedge and just put it back in the fairway. If you've got a deep rough shot, and that makes it ultimately, it's so important to keep that ball in play here.
Yeah, the rough, certainly with the great growing weather we've had, I mean, it's hard for Joel to keep up with the rough.
Yeah.
But it plays two sorts. It's penal if you're in the rough because your ball's sitting down. However, a lot of people don't realize, but when you're offline and it's landing in the rough, it's also saving you from bouncing even further into the trees. So you can look at it both ways. So it can be penal, but it can also be a bit of a positive as well.
Yeah, sometimes that does happen. Especially if you overhit the green, you can get stopped up and that up before you. Because over the green here is never good. Never good. And a lot of places where you can go out of bounds, you can go into trees, you can go into traps, and that's a good point that you're making there. So the players, it's just the last two groups have some fine golf. These guys can play.
Yeah, well, I was driving around earlier with Cameron, and we're watching a few of the groups play the holes, and the shot making out there is pretty impressive. Now, one thing that I like about this group, and again, just being a little bit more older, a generation behind mine, you see a lot of unique swings.
Yeah.
And these are golfers who learned the game before video analysis, before TrackMans, before any of that stuff. So they learned the game with whatever swing they had. They learned how to put the ball in the hole, and just seeing golfers out there is really kind of brings me back to my youth when there were no perfect swings back then. They just found a way to make it happen, and that's what we're seeing out there today.
Oh, it's so true. And even if you look some of the YouTube videos of some of the older professionals like Chichi Rodriguez and Julius Boros and Lee Trevino and none of their swings look like the swings of today, but they could play. Because there must be some basic fundamentals that they're all meeting when they strike the ball.
Right. So the days of old, I mean, certainly we wouldn't teach too many of those swings today. However, they were always able to square the face up to the ball, whichever way they swung at it. Now, you look at one person's swing and it's almost identical to, half a dozen of the other golfers on tour. But the old swings, I mean, again, just going back to the fact that they made it happen. They made it work. They spent hours upon hours on the range, honing their craft, learning how to square up the ball, learning how to make solid contact. And I don't know, maybe that's a talent lost these days. I mean, not disputing the beautiful swings out there, but with all this technology, a little bit of the old art is maybe lost a bit.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, I think you got a good point there. I know through what I've seen, especially with our juniors today, I look at them swing at the ball. They're just so beautiful, and that's an illegal swing. You can't turn your body like that. That's not fair.
They're like elastic bands. They stretch in ways that I wish I could stretch, but not anymore.
Yeah, so you're quite right. Next group coming in is group number 8. It's David Wright, from Carleton. From Highlands, it's Len Doucette. From Rockland, Gary Coffin. And from Canada, Gord Weatherall. David Wright. I got to talk a little bit about David. You may not know this, or you may. David was a 3-time club champion here. I think he was in the finals one or two other times. He's got to be in his 70s now, somewhere in his 70s, but he still plays, and he is an amazing planner. Like, he plans his round. He knows exactly what he wants to do, and oftentimes he does it. And I once talked to him about how he approaches intersectionals, because he's a very effective intersectional player. His short game is just unbelievable. I mean, putting and chipping has been his staple. That was won in club championships here, but his ability to put the ball in the green, because he doesn't hit the ball a long way, he can put the ball in the green from just about anywhere, and that is a little bit sometimes off-putting to when you're playing an intersectional. You outdrove the guy by 50 yards. He puts the ball in the green first, and now you're staring at the ball.
Exactly, and you know what? You nailed it on the nail there. The beauty about match play, and it's not about the longest, but it is about who's on the green first and who has that first look at birdie, because that puts the pressure on everyone else. Now, I was actually out on the golf course watching David play a hole and a half, and I caught him up on the 14th hole when he was teeing off. He only hit a fairway wood, but it was a perfect. The way you were saying, like, he thinks his way through everything. Yeah. So he knew not to be aggressive with a driver on 14. He hit a beautiful fairway wood, right before the creek. Hit another fairway wood just in the right hand rough, about 80 yards from the green, and then hit a wedge on and 2-putt for par. So he is really just taking it, hole by hole, shot by shot, and just playing within himself. Yeah. Now he did share with me that he was up, so some good news. He was up in all 3 matches by the 14th hole. So haven't seen him. That's probably about half an hour ago or so. But I suspect that he's holding that lead.
I know he snaked in a long putt to save a bogey on number 12, and it was a difficult putt. It was a downhill, but that's what David does in match play. And any of you have played match play before know how what it can be like when you've got an advantage of your opponent, then all of a sudden he turns or she turns the table on you and sinks something long, and then it puts the pressure right back on you, and that all of a sudden that 3-foot putt you have now looks like 10 feet.
So a little story on that bogey on 12. Now you might not have known, but he shared with me he actually hit it onto the road on his tee shot.
Oh my God!
So that bogey was an up and down back from the tee. Wow. So talk about momentum shift. Now, if you're his opponent and you see that ball go out of bounds on the tee shot, you're thinking, this is going to be a walk in the park this hole. What does he do? He hits his next shot on the green, sinks the putt for 4, and that just shut everyone else up. And then he carried on to the next hole.
That's Dave, and that's typical Dave, right? The other thing about Dave, you should know that in 2014 Men's League, Dave had a magical year. He in his late 60s, he had 38 birdies that year in Men's League. He had a record at that time was 238 points. He won just about every statistical category. He had a scoring average of 33.5. Which held up until this year. Yeah. Robert Mustard has busted through all his records. The last one he had was the 38 birdies. Robert's got 41 this year. So just an amazing story on David, and so good to see him out here today. So now we've got 2 groups in. We're doing pretty good. Carleton's doing well. I'd like to report on how the other groups are doing, but I know Carleton's got 10 points so far. And so how are we doing? Just give an update for people from Highlands.
Sounds good. Yeah. So Carleton does have 10 points in total after two matches. Highlands has 2 points in total. Rockland has 6 points in total, and we have Canada also tied with 6 points. So we are leading by 4.
Okay, so there you go. For those of you who are listening from Highlands, Rockland, and Canada, first of all, I got to apologize. I don't know your players as well as I should, but so it's a lot of Carleton-centric stuff here, but we will try and keep you updated as to how your team is doing, and we'll try and follow your players. So, very good. Okay, Tyler, thank you very much,
thanks, John.
We'll touch base with me later. Yeah. Nice to hear that group number 8 is still out there, and they're nowhere in sight. As I said, they were about half an hour behind, and so they should be coming into view soon. What I am surprised at is that there have been no closeouts yet. So as I said, that usually speeds things up a lot. When a player gets closed out, they walk off the course, and then you're left with a threesome, and usually that moves things along. Intersectional play can be slow. For those of you who don't know much about how it works, there are 4 players out there on each group, and each group is playing a match against the other players. So you've got a lot of bookkeeping to do. You got to know if you're up or down against each player. If you win your match, you get 2 points. If you tie your match, you get 1 point, and of course, if you lose, you don't get any points. So and then you add up all the points for your team at the end, and the winning team goes on to the next division up. I think this is the B division we're in now, and the losing team falls back to the division below. The second place team then becomes a host for next year. So that's how it works. This intersectional format happened many years ago. A man here, Bernard Turner Davis, was the architect of a lot of it. He first of all was the architect of the OVGA, and he started an association of all the clubs. They got into this intersectional format. Carleton has started a group called the Carleton Cup. The same 4 courses play each year. Hawkesbury, I think it's Cornwall, Brockville, and us, and that group started to play this type of format, and then it just they still have the Carleton Cup, and they play that every year. But then that format became the format for all the intersectional formats: men's, women's, senior men's, senior women's. So, and now the juniors have adopted a similar type format. The junior format was totally different at one point, but now it's more like this. Conditions again, a little windy. You might be able to see the flag blowing there. It's coming from the north. This is very unusual at Carleton. You don't normally see a downwind on 18. It's a par 5 for those of you who have not played Carleton, and so any helping wind is appreciated, because a lot of times they're playing into it, and this 550-yard par 5 sometimes looks like it's 600 yards, although it's not too bad because it's a dog lake, and you can cut some yardage off if you hit the ball correctly. As Tyler mentioned before, Carleton, you have to be able to place the ball. If you don't, you can find yourself in a lot of difficult situation. It's tree lined. There are holes on the left side of the fairway, and if you stay on the left, you could be in a lot of trouble. There are 13 out of bounds on the left side, 13 holes where you're out of bounds. So if you're a right-handed player and you hook the ball, you could be in trouble all day long here. It really forces you to alter your swing sometimes just to keep it in play. And that's why, as Tyler said, a lot of the players won't take driver on the shorter par 4s. They know how important it is to keep the ball in play. Here. So yeah, the course was designed by the owner, Mort Kalin, and the pro Bob Paluzzi. Started in 1962. He bought this particular piece of land. This was a potato farm owned by the Bartletts, and this is one parcel he bought, and he started a 9-hole golf course, and they put in a golf course community. It's a great story. Bob Paluzzi, his friend, who at the time said, Mort, you got to come down to California and look at this golf course community we have down here. And Mort went down and he was hooked. Mort was an innovator, well ahead of his time, and wanted to do the same thing up here. So he had developed some land up in the Mississippi Mills, Mississippi Lake area, and then he decided that he wanted to build a golf course community. And he bought this farm, the Bartlett farm, and then across the road he bought the Huggins farm, and he put another 9 in there as well, and built houses, sold lots around here. His vision was to have a layout much like you have in Florida, where you pay him an HMO fee and he take care of do the laneways, he'd mow your lawn and take care of the houses and all that other stuff. But that didn't pan out. It was way too much work. People wanted to build their own houses, and so he abandoned that idea and just sold them the properties, and they had to build a house on it once the property was sold. Each of these lots costs $1,500 for a non-waterfront lot and $3,000 for a waterfront lot. Now, I can tell you right now, you'd be hard-pressed to find a waterfront lot around here for less than $1 million. So if you invested in 1962 and built a few houses, you'd be quite a rich man today, rich person today, I guess. And you can see a lot of the development in the background of the backyards that have developed around the course. So we're still waiting for Group 8. Tyler? They're still 15 minutes back? Okay, so I know there were 2 holes back of the previous group because we were watching them. The group had just finished 14 at group number 9, and they were just finishing 12. You watched them on 14, so yeah, so they must be on 17 right now. Yeah, so that's 17's an interesting hole, and that's the thing. There's a big advantage if you know how to play 15, 16, and 17 here, Carl. It's kind of like our amen corner. Maybe you can describe some of those holes for them.
Yeah, the home stretch, right? Yeah. So I always, now let's go backwards. 17, I don't know what it is about 17, but that hole has my number personally. Whether it's a tee shot or hitting into the green. I mean, 17 is not short by any means, and it's tight. Yeah. So you have to hit a really good shot. Now, I've learned over the years, for me, it's a draw. You have to hit a draw. You have to aim a little right and draw it into the fairway on that hole. Today, the pin is yellow. Yeah. So imagine that. So it's a fairly, I don't want to say contoured green, but there's a pretty good slope to the green, right? And depending on where the pin is and where you leave your ball, there's not much room for error. No. And if you're at the back of the green today,
forget it.
Putting downhill, I'll be bold. I'll say automatic 3-putt from out there, and members will agree. You might even be putting off the green from out there. Definitely. So knowing how to play 17 is crucial. So I definitely see that as an advantage for our members. Yeah. Getting back to 16, dogleg left, that could be a hybrid or a hybrid or a driver off the tee. The aggressive golfers can certainly try and cut the corner, but typically just hitting something about 210 to 215 off the tee is the perfect play on that hole. Not
a lot of room to land the ball either.
No. Well, I mean, you're staring down the bunkers right at the end of the fairway. So those bunkers are in plain view. If you're offline, if you go too far, you're in those bunkers. Oh, yeah. Hitting into the green, although it looks like a fairly welcoming green, you have the overhanging tree on the left, which I'm sure we've all hit at some point. We like to curse that tree a bit. And then something about that green, again, it's not a tricky green, but if you're in the wrong spot, it is a challenging green.
I can attest to the wrong spot analysis because I've been on the wrong spot on every part in that hole. There's also a tree on the right, and people don't realize that tree is now starting to overhang onto the fairway, and even if you're on the fairway on the right side, you've got to contend with that tree, and that can be a problem. So yeah, that's something I think we have to look at. The terms of that. But the other thing about 16, you just described 2 holes, both draws. Let's talk about 15. What do you need to hit there?
Well, 15. 15, there's a few different ways to play 15. Now, I've certainly taken my medicine on that hole a few times when I've tried to be too aggressive. 15 is a dogleg right, so automatically you're thinking, well, anyone who fades the ball is going to have an advantage. But where the tees are set up and how tall those trees are on the right-hand side, unless you can get that ball up very quick, very high, and keep it long, that hole, best play to do there is just, again, take your medicine, hit it down straight. You're going to be left with about 180 yards into the green. I know it's a little bit long, but that is the safest play. For those golfers who can get the ball up high with either a hybrid or an iron or even the driver, you can try and fade it around. However, if you do the double cross or even if it goes straight, then you're contending with the pond. And that pond, I've seen a lot of people reach.
Yeah, you can reach the pond, and it's interesting though. Now, if you do hit a fade, the advantage there too, fades tend to go higher. So yeah, because the club face is more open, and they tend to go higher, and so if you're behind and you need to push it a bit, you hit one over those trees, you can be 130 yards in, not 180 yards in. So you can push it. Now today it's into the wind, so it's a little bit more difficult. I tried to fade it around, and I hit my too quick a fade and ended up on the trap on number 16. And I managed to almost par that hole actually, so it wasn't bad, but it can be tricky.
Well,
My partner hit it over the tree and was at the 150 mark.
Especially in match play situations, right? So if you're feeling confident and you know you can play that shot, absolutely play the fade. Get yourself in a tight position where you have a wedge or maybe a short iron into the green versus the player who plays a little bit more safely, who's got that longer shot. But to your point, if you do tend to push it or block it a little too far right, I've seen situations where you can get a good bounce off those trees, end up in 16 fairway, and still make it over to the green.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those. Now, there are trees guarding the green. The younger players, guys with fast swings like you, can hit it over those trees. Today I was stuck in that situation. I couldn't get it over the trees. No way. I had to actually play to the back of the green, which I did.
Okay.
And I almost sunk the chip from there. So if you play it smart, you can still get out of trouble.
Right.
There are blocks. The trees are growing here. That's the one thing. As you get older, those trees when you were younger, you could hit over. You can't hit over anymore as you get older. Your swing speed just isn't there. So that's part of the problem. But I just wanted to point out, we've described 3 holes. We've described really 3 different types of shots, because on 15 you have to you can fade the ball. On 16 you need a good draw, but not too big a draw, but the safer play is to play it shorter. And on 17 you can hit a nice draw in there, but you still have to draw the advantage to draw. Now you can fade it. We're talking about right-handed golfers, by the way. Reverse everything for left-handed. You can't fade it to stay away, because if you get off on the trees on the left side on 17, you're in big trouble.
Right.
There's out of bounds there, or there's a creek there. There's trees there. There's only if you find the ball, you can all you can do really is chip out most of the time.
That's right, and that's kind of how I've learned to play that hole too, right? So my natural ball play is not a fade, so that's why I always try and play a hole. I always look at the angle to see, is it okay to play a draw? And 17, I've learned it is actually safer for me to play a draw. But for a lot of golfers who do fade the ball, you aim down the left-hand side or towards the trees, fade into the fairway. Right. Not a difficult shot.
No.
But if you do end up in those trees, like you said, you're looking for a window to chip out, and usually those windows are not very big. You got to keep that ball low. You got to pull out that 4-iron or 5-iron in your bag, and you got to keep it low. Now, sometimes you get lucky and have a little opening, play a little low runner up towards the green, make a good chip, make the putt, still safe par.
Yeah.
But I don't know, 17 is always a bit of a difference.
General rule on 17, when the pin is yellow, and this applies on number 1 and a few other holes, do not, under any circumstances, go by that hole. You're on the other side of that hole. If you're putting downhill, you better have a few good prayers in your bag, because there is no way you can stop that ball. When the greens are like this, very, very difficult to stop the ball. Even on 18, if the pin's at the front, you're behind, you get a long putt, it's difficult to stop it. And that's what you say, if you're in the back of 17, there's not a chance, unless you put it in.
Right.
There's not a chance you're going to stop it near the hole. There's no way. And then it's breaking at the same time.
Well, and that's right. And that's where you have to have a bit of a variety of shots in your bag, right? You can't always be playing the same shot into every green.
Yeah.
When you do have that front pin, it's not always that aggressive, high shot into it. I like to play a little bit more of a pitch or a flighted shot into a pin that's from the green versus a nice high towering shot. Because once it's too high, that wind can take control of that ball, and it can continue traveling. So anyway, for short pins or front pins, I'm a little bit more of a flighted type approach. Keep a little bit lower, put a little bit more spin on the ball, so when it lands, it sticks, and then at least you have a chance for birdie.
Yeah, and for most of us that have played Carleton a long time, when we're going into 17 and that pin's at the front, we generally it solid, we'll probably just be on the green. But if we miss left and right, we still have an uphill chip and we still have a shot at a par. And like today, for example, that's exactly what happened with me. I was to the left, I was in the rough, but I hit a good chip shot and I put it within 6 inches of the hole because I'm putting uphill into a green that's going to stop. But if I put it by the hole on my second shot, chances are I'm going to 3-putt.
Right. Yeah, and you know what? Coming down that hill is very fast for when you're putting. But no, John, that's great advice. You know, if the trouble is past the pin, and you know, play the percentages. If you have a decent short game, if you're short on 17, that's fine. You can certainly just chip it on, make the putt, or at worst maybe 2-putt. But that gives you an opportunity to save par or to make par. If you're long, you're looking at 3 putts, right? So very good advice.
Yeah. So thankfully that pin isn't white today, it's yellow. White is a nightmare on that hole. So those 3 holes, we described them because they can change the whole match. Right there, there's 3 difficult holes that you have to negotiate. And you get to 18, you kind of breathe a sigh of relief because you got more of a wide open space to hit the ball with. But those 3 you don't. You really have to be accurate. 14's another par 5. Long hitters, if they're behind, although today would be more difficult because you're into the wind, normally it's downwind, there's a creek about 210 to 220 yards down. A lot of the long hitters can hit over that, and you're facing maybe 180 into the green and get on in 2.
Right, and you know what? I think, John, every group that I've seen, they've all laid up today. No one's challenging the creek. We've had some rain a short while ago, so it's very wet and soft down there. So no one wants to even put themselves at risk of being down there. Now, on a calm, sunny day, middle of the summer, the fairways are firm, and there's no wind out there. Certainly a lot more people are trying to drive over that creek, and for someone who can clear the ball 230 in the air, it's not a hard shot. But for today, everyone's laying up. They're all playing smart, hitting maybe a hybrid or fairway wood up close to the green, and then trying to make an up and down for birdie.
Well, we're still waiting for Group 8. They're still not in sight. They are really behind, and hopefully we can get them to get a view of them pretty soon, because I think things will move quite quickly after that. I think they're all kind of bundled up on that thing. Although the group behind them, to be honest with you, was also a hole behind. So the Burkers group, Group 7. So anyway, interesting today, and the course seems to be, now we do have some bunkers out of play today. We're in the middle of a renovation. We wanted to get it done before this, but getting people to come out and do work this year was a challenge, and we got them, but we got them right during our club championship, and so a lot of bunkers out of play today. There's drop zones, but they're going to be very nice, challenging.
So some of the changes, so we've had bunker renovations on holes 1, 11, 13 and 14, and a month ago when they kind of just started digging everything out, maybe 4 to 6 weeks ago, a lot of members were kind of curious on to how they're going to look and how they're going to be shaped. Now that we've finished the layout of the bunkers, we've laid down the sod, I'm hearing a lot of positive reviews on like, oh wow, we had no idea this is what it's going to look like, and especially on 13, after removing the trees, putting the 2 fairway bunkers in there, now that there's shape and contours to them, a lot of members are really saying, well, when are they going to open? Well, we just got to get that sod to catch, and once that sod is established, we have all the sand ready to pour into the bunkers, so I can see that happening pretty soon. Yeah,
and that's thanks to our architect Ian Andrew, who came in and redid the course, put a course master plan together about 10 years ago. We fell behind in that executing that master plan because we had to get rid of all the ash trees, and that took about 3 or 4 years to do. We had so many of them. Unfortunately, we cut hundreds of them out of here, and that cost money. And but now we're able to get back to the course and do some of that work. I was just explaining before you came here, Mort Carleton was the original designer. He was the owner, and him and pro Bob Paluzzi, when they first bought the farm, and I got this straight from Mort's mouth. So I said, well, how did you design the course? He said, look, Bob and I played the course. I'm a average golfer. Bob's a pro. I said, wherever I got in trouble, I put a trap. Wherever he got in trouble, he put a trap. And then basically that's how we routed the course, and that's how we designed it. And there was no course designer other than those two guys. So this was our first major renovation plan, because over the years, when you're talking about making changes to a course, everybody's got an idea. Okay, we should do this and we should do that, but none of us have ever designed a golf course before.
Right.
And getting Ian Andrew in was, members, every single change we made, we had criticism. Oh, you can't do that, you can't do that. Then after the change was made, oh wow, that's so much better. Well, these guys know what they're talking about.
Well, that's right. And we have 700 members, so we have 700 different opinions on how the course should look or be shaped and or taken care of. But to get a name like Ian Andrews, and if you look across North America with all the courses he has his stamp on, you'd be quite amazed at the wonderful work he's done. And to have him associated with Carleton is remarkable. Yeah. So once we started making these small changes and removing some trees here and there and fixing the bunkers and kind of sticking to that master plan, well, every time we actually finish a project, the ending result has been so positive with the membership. Like, he's got visions, and I'm an amateur at best when it comes to golf course architect, and you really have to have that vision, which he has. And sometimes I can't even see what he's talking about, but once it's built and once it's made, you're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Yeah, it looks gorgeous.
Yeah, we're very protective of our trees here, Carl. Nobody wants to cut one down, but sometimes they're just not where they should be.
Right.
And Ian's thing, a tree shouldn't be a sand trap in the sky. That shouldn't be the problem. If you want to have the same effect, you put a sand trap in, and that's what he's done in many cases. 13, we cut down trees on the left side. Many of the members were upset about that. We put in a couple of traps, and now it looks beautiful. The hole is framed. It's a tough hole, and no question. Now we've got some action on the 18th here. Group 8 is coming in. So let's see. So this would be Gary Coffin coming in from Rockland. Nice shot, but it's going to be in the trap, I think, on the right side of the green. No, he just short of the trap. He's on the other side of the trap there. He's going to have an up and down chip. Going to be delicate. You're going to have to float that ball in there and try and stop it. This is, I think, Gord Weatherall or it could be Len Doucette from Highlands. I can't see. Some of them are wearing their shirts. Some of them got jackets on, so sometimes it's hard to see. Nice shot. Let's see. Oh, he hits the rake. Got a break there. And I hate to tell you who put that rake there.
John, was that you?
No, it wasn't actually. Was it? Yes, it was me. It was me. I raked the trap because there were a lot of footprints in there, and so we wanted to make sure the trap was raked.
I think he owes you a handshake.
Here's Dave Wright, I think, coming in. He's in the... Very unusual for Dave to be in the rough, but he's in the rough. On the right side. Yeah, he's setting up. Dave's got his line. He's a very deliberate player. Same swing. Same swing he won all those club championships with. He hasn't changed a thing.
Dave only hits when he's ready to hit. He never rushes. Here we go. Well struck.
Looks like it's coming in. Has he got enough? Yes, he does.
Sir. Good shot.
Yeah, very nice shot. And Dave probably played it right to the center of the green. He wasn't going to go for that pin. So he must be doing well. There's no
sense in being too aggressive when you have the lead, right?
You could see him lining up to the center, and that's exactly where he hit it. Okay, this was Len Doucette. Len hit a nice shot from way back there, just in front of the green. I'm not sure if that was his second. It could be. This could be a third shot. Hard to tell. Now we see some of the... I see another cart coming in behind them. It could be that player either closed out or got closed out. So, or it could be one of the captains coming down. So I know you can't see this on camera. I can't keep moving the camera. I've just got to focus on the hole, but I can describe the shot. So he's got a nice shot coming up. Now you should be able to see the ball coming in. Not bad. Not bad. Pretty good chip. As I said before, all the balls break toward the center. So if you're chipping to this pin, you might want to go to the left of it and let it come back. And this is going to be a difficult shot for Rockland Gary Coffin. This is going to require a lot. I think you might be able to see that on there. But he's got to hit it over that trap and just stop it. Not bad. Not bad at all. Very good for Gary. Very good. Very good shot. Highlands. Len Doucette from off the green here. He's using a 5 or 6. Yeah, he just got it started rolling. He's got the idea. He just has to hit it more left of that pin. It all breaks toward the center, as you can see. Yeah, the 18th is kind of, and you can see that when it rains here, the water flows down all to the center, right off the edge. All 4 on the green. I think it's Dave Wright's turn to putt. And this man can putt. It's very important that the farthest person away go first in match play. And they're determining that now, and they're saying Gary is away, Gary Coffin from Rockland. This putt will break for him. He's got the right line. Has he got the speed? Yes, he does. Very nice. What a great up. I can't tell you what a difficult position he was in behind that trap or to a short green. That slopes away from him, by the way. Next is Dave Wright from Carleton. Same putting stance. Feet together, a little bit open. Ball back. It's on its way. Has he hit it? Has he hit it? Has he hit it? Oh! Just short. Almost.
Give me a big gust of wind.
We're just waiting to see if that's going to drop. And they're conceding the putt to him. How generous. In this type of you can concede putts, but everybody's got to agree.
And in match play, if it's not conceded, you can't tap it in. Oh, he stopped it.
Yeah, he did. That was Len. Just came up a bit short there. So he must have. Let's see if we can get Dave to come out for an interview. No, he's going to be short. So they're just finishing. We don't know how they did, but we're going to find out in a second here. David, can you come over for a minute, please? Mr. Wright.
Man, you want to talk to.
We just saw you miss that putt just short. My goodness.
Yes,
It almost
it was
dropped
just short.
Yeah, it's just dropped. Was that for your par or your...
That was a birdie putt.
Oh, my goodness.
John, I'm getting too old for this.
I saw you sink a putt on number 12 that was just
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
That long downhill snaker, and
Yeah.
I apparently you hit your first one out of bounds.
Yes, that was for bogey. So it was a good some bogeys are better than others.
Oh, it was amazing. So how did we do today?
1, 2, 3, 4.
You got 4 points?
Yeah.
Good for you.
So,
That's good for
2
you.
halves and a win.
Oh, congratulations. And
Thank
how did
you.
you find the course today? How did you find
Oh,
the...
lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely. They were running well, and it's good shape.
Good stuff.
Yep.
Well, congratulations, Dave, and thank you very
Thanks,
much
sir.
for... All right.
David, well done. 4 points.
4 more points for Carleton. We'll try and get an update on the other teams. Okay, we're now waiting. We're now waiting on Group 7. Group 7 will be Carleton it was Chris Burkers from Highlands, Robert Donays. I'm hoping I'm saying your name right, Robert. From Rockland, Denis Leroux, and from Canada, Robert Love. And they were behind. They were another hole behind this group when I was out there. Again, I'm shocked that more players didn't get closed out. So you normally see players coming in. I think we had one so far, either close out the others or get closed out. And if that's the case, they walk off the course because you don't want to be able to hold up the round. So you want to get off the course as quickly as possible. And who have we got here?
This is Riley from Canada, assistant pro.
Oh, Riley, come on in. I'm John Karam. Come on in.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Thank you for joining us today. You just want to face the camera there, and we can talk. Yeah. So, how were the guys excited today?
Yeah, they were. We have a pretty good roster this year. Got some points early on the board here, so we're looking pretty good.
You're good. Good stuff. Yeah. How did you find the course?
I found the course great. It's in beautiful condition. It's super lush. The rough is nice and not too long, but it's thick, which is good.
Yeah.
It looks in great shape. Everyone here has been doing a great job for sure.
Yeah. So when you talked to your guys before, did you guys have a strategy for playing Carleton? Was there anything you all agreed on that maybe you should do or not? Because it is a different course than some other courses.
Yeah, it is. At Canada, we find our course is probably be one of the harder ones in the city. So we always say if you can play well at Canada, you can play well pretty much anywhere.
I agree with you on that one.
So we were, it's a really nice course here. It's not too long or anything. So as long as we can keep it into play, I think the guys here got good short games and stuff. So we can make it happen for sure.
And if I remember Canada correctly, you have a lot of domed greens. Is that correct?
Yeah, tight greens, small greens, a lot of angulation. It's a pretty angulated course. There's a lot of up and downs, but it's been in great shape this year too. And it's a tough one. If you play well there, you can play well a lot of courses. So
So any news on what's going to happen with the course? It's been in the news a lot lately. So any news from your end of things?
We're operating as normal. We're no budget cutbacks or anything like that. We're still operating at full capacity, and like any course, there's employment issues and stuff like that. Trying to get as many employees as we can. Yeah. But we're operating as if it's going to be a down the line issue. So I'm planning to return back next year, and we're liking it there, and the members are still pretty happy.
You have a lot of friends in your corner that are pulling for you in terms of with what's happening with the legal actions and everything like that. So we hope that you get through it, because that is such a beautiful course. It's in great condition. My brother-in-law lives on the course, so I've been there to watch it, and I've played it a few times. So I hope things work out for you there. And you have a couple of our one of our players, I think is your number 2 guy, Peter Shedler, was our former club champion here. So good to see Peter again. So.
Yeah, great to see Peter. He's a former member here. He knows the course pretty well. He's given some guys some tips and stuff like that.
He's a real character.
He sure is a real character, that's for sure.
We used to live on the 5th hole here. So very good.
That's
so
awesome.
Your team's doing well out there today?
Yeah, we've been driving around supporting them, and they seem to be doing good, and most importantly having a great time out here. I think everyone here at Carleton has been great hosts, so we've been having a great time.
Oh, good. Well, thank you very much, Riley.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Have a good one.
Tell your people they can, if they don't catch it today, they can get it on tape. Like it'll be on YouTube later on. So there you have it, Roddy from Assistant Pro from Canada Lakes. Some of you may know that there have been some legal issues with Canada Lakes with the developer who wants to take the course and develop it into more units, and they've been fighting it. That community has been working hard to fight that particular thing, and it's a shame because it's such a beautiful course and that beautiful green space out there. We'd hate to see it more development happen. So let's hope that saner heads prevail and we can keep that beautiful course out there. I have played Canada Lakes. As I remember, it was always hitting up to some green somewhere and trying to stop the ball. It took advantage of every shot I don't have, and I had fun putting on those greens. Carleton's greens are kind of easy because they're fair, but almost all the greens except for 12 slope from back to front. 12 is a different green. It was redesigned by Graham Gunn, one of our former pros here several years ago, and it's the only green that isn't like the others. Every other green is a back to front green. It's a different type of thing. So as Riley mentioned, if you can play Canada Lakes and you can putt on their greens, you should do very well here because you've got the similar type of situations in terms of the downhill putts and the side hill putts, but you don't have any tricky things to worry about here. What you see is what you get. If you're looking at a putt and you see the break, it's going to break there. In fact, it probably doesn't break as much as you think. So that's basically how it works at Carleton in terms of that. And if you see yellow, all the holes are slow back to front, and if the greens are running fast, it's hard to stop the ball. So on number, for example, 17, it can be a real trap for people if they go by that. Just something you need to know. So it's pretty good here. Unfortunately, we're a little behind. Hopefully we can get some more people to interview. I think I see Jeff Hall down there, the club captain at Carleton. I think I want to try and get Jeff to come up. Captain, here comes our club captain, Jeff Hall. Wonderful captain. So Jeff, got to be pretty happy with the results so far. We've been got 6, 4, and 4. How do you feel?
Good, very good.
Yeah, just
no, very good. It's very positive.
Yeah.
And we'll see how the rest goes. A pretty nice day out.
Yeah.
These last two groups are pretty slow, but that's something that always happens in these competitions. So,
yeah. So, how are the guys this morning? How did they feel? I know Colin Harding, who was supposed to be on the team, came down with COVID and couldn't play today, and was replaced by Jim Clark. So,
Jim was ready to step up. So we're happy that we had a few alternatives and our alternates. So all good.
Yeah. And the guys were excited this morning.
Oh yeah.
It was up.
Everyone's key to go and key to play, and these are always a fun event. So
very good. So the conditions out there are pretty good today. I golfed it this morning. The greens are fair. They're not running like slick. They're running like our club championship, and so the players should have a good run of things. And so far, I've heard nothing but positive comments about the course. And
it's a very beautiful day for golfing. You know, you're not getting too hot, and the ball may not be traveling too far. A little bit of wind, but I think everyone's pretty happy with the day so far.
During the club championship, I was interviewing Jeff, and halfway through the interview, it was so hot that day. It was just boiling.
The camera shut down.
My camera overheated and shut down. I had to restart everything on a live broadcast. So today, that is not going to happen. It's actually cool. I can feel it. I'm going to have to wear a jacket going home. So we now, I think, have group number 7 coming in. That's Chris Burkers. Yeah. Any word on how they're doing?
No, I didn't get the updates.
Yeah.
Tyler
Okay.
was just going to give me the update, and then so.
Well, so far I know we have out of 18 points, we have 14, so we're doing pretty good.
That's all I heard was
Yeah.
we were ahead, so
Yeah.
that's a positive thing.
Yeah, but I just talked to Riley from Canada. He says his guys are doing well too, and they're used to. If you can play Canada, you can play anywhere, and they're used to these types of conditions where you have a tight course and you got to place the ball. And from what I've seen, he's right.
Yeah.
Those guys can play here. So yeah,
No,
it's interesting.
Canada's a very tight course too, so
Yeah.
certainly they should be able to play here as well.
I'm impressed with the golf so far. I mean, all these guys can play. I mean, it's just amazing. Like they can play.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
it's
You know,
just,
like if you're a 5-6 handicap, there's still guys. You know, Kevin and David, and
Yeah.
the really good players.
Well, David Wright, amazing, in his 70s, out here competing, and got 4 points today.
Yeah.
Gotta be happy with that.
Gotta love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Dave, you never know with him. He can shoot his age any day, any day of the week.
Well,
so.
we saw him line up on 18, and he was lined up to the center of the green, and he hit the ball exactly there. That's exactly where he wanted to put it. Just missed the putt. It wouldn't go in for the birdie, but he was hitting from the rough too. And that rough's not that easy to hit out of.
I know he's a wizard. You give him a short anything, chip, putt, pitch, and he's going to be beside the flag.
Yeah,
So.
very incredible player. So Chris Perkins coming down. I think the guys are coming down. They're all. It looks like their second shots are in the fairway. Two of them are in the fairway. One a little farther than the other. We'll see how that pans out. And I think it should move a little quicker after this. I think this group was a hole behind, and but after that it looked like they were kind of bunched up. So what I haven't seen a lot of today, normally in these types of things, guys get closed out, 16, 17, 15, and they walk off the course. I haven't seen any. I think I've seen one person walk off.
No.
Either they closed someone off or they got closed out themselves. So
No, and that's something to monitor. That to keep the pace of play for.
yeah.
We do have our ladies going off at this point in time. It's 4:30 or so. So
Yeah.
we want to keep the pace of play, even if it is an event.
Yeah.
Yeah. 4.5 hours. Still we're trying to get that in for the most part.
Definitely, yeah. And I know in this type of format, you want to, you're taking extra time, making sure the putt, and you're putting. But you can concede putts, and as I said before, when you concede a putt in this, all three players have to concede. It's not just one player.
That's right.
Because it means something. It might mean something to someone else.
Yeah.
For another player, it may not be, so they'll concede it. But that means this guy here, it's something for him, so he may not concede it. This guy will. So you can't take the putt.
Yeah.
Whereas in regular match play, you're just playing against one other person, and that's usually, and that speeds play up right there. So let's see how they do here. This is, let's see, blue is Rockland, I think. Yes, Rockland. Denny LaRue hitting a left-hander. Oh, low punch, and that's going to be in trouble. He's hit it behind a spruce tree, and he might be blocked out from the green. But that's what that rough does. It catches your club as it closes it down, and if you don't hit it right, I mean, you've really got to hit it almost perfect.
It either closes it down or opens it up, depending on what grass you hit.
Well, I know I was in the rough on 18 on my drive, and I looked down. I could hardly find the ball, and I looked down. I was about 5 feet away. I finally see it. It's way down there. All I could do was I got my 5 hybrid out, and I was lucky enough to punch it down to the 150s. But that's all you could do with it. I could do with it.
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah. And I haven't confirmed this with Joel, but I know the first 2 feet of rough is thicker for whatever reason. Yeah. You're better to be 3 feet or 4 feet off than 2 feet.
This is Robert Love coming in from Canada.
Okay. Well, that's in the center of the fairway. That's always a good place to be.
Look at the blue. Maybe.
Oh, he's stepping
Sorry,
out.
that is. I'm sorry.
Great shot.
Robert.
Yeah, he's just off the fringe on the left.
Sorry, I said that was Canada. That could have been Highlands.
Chris Burkers is
That's Robert Donay from Highlands. Chris Burkers.
coming at us. Oh, great shot, Chris.
Exactly what David Wright was. It could have. Happy for him. Carrying his bag.
Yes, Chris. Chris always carries with his speaker and all of his other paraphernalia.
So this is Denny LaRue. He's in trouble here. I don't know if he can see the green. It's hard to tell from our angle. We can't. I'll try and open up here. I got a little close. You can see Chris Burker's ball there in the middle. He's the only one on the green right now. This is Canada Lakes. Robert Love. This is Robert Love from Canada Lakes. In the rough, just in the rough on the right side. I think he's going to be on the green, coming in. Yep. You have a good sized putt, but it's not makeable, but he can get it up and down. It's
show Chris the line.
yeah, yeah, he will.
Chris Burkers. Okay. Mr. Watson. Live.
Denny LaRue to play, and he's in trouble. He's behind a spruce tree on the 18th. I can tell you, having been there many times, that is not an easy shot. So I don't know what he's going to do here. That's about all he could do. That's brilliant. Just getting it on the green from there. Great shot by LaRue. That is just a brilliant play, because I can tell you it wasn't easy. So you've got Denny LaRue, the far ball. You've got Robert Love, the other yellow ball here. Chris Burkers in the center, and Robert Donay is just off on the fringe there. He's going to have a chip shot. He's going to have to just put it on the green and just let it float to the hole. Hopefully he can get that up and down in 2. We now see the things are moving quicker. There is group number 6 is behind them. They're coming down 18. And Robert is taking Robert Donay from Highlands, taking 3 clubs with him, his putter and 2 different types of chipping wedges there, and so we'll see what he does with that. It's going to be and he's looking it over now, because he knows that's a tough one. It looks like Denny LaRue might be away here, and he's going to look that over. He's got a long uphill, and all putts of his is going to break from left to right quite a bit, actually. He's the way he's situated, that could break about 4 or 5 feet. Let's see if he reads that. Things must be close, because they're all putting here. Nobody's been closed out on this group. I'm assuming this is for... I'm not sure, but I think this is for par. Didn't hit it hard enough, and it did break about 2 feet, well, maybe 3 from where he started it from. He's left himself a tester. And that would, looks like for a bogey. Robert Love is next. He'll be putting. He's got a, I think that should break off a little bit to the right at the end. It slopes down toward the middle, and then at the end it slopes to the right a little bit. Put's on the way. It's got good speed, good pace on that, and he's read it right. Oh my, stayed out there. I thought he read it correctly, but it just stayed straight. Must have been the angle he was at. Okay, it's Robert Donay next, and he's got a delicate chip shot. Let's see how he does. This will break from his left to right. Nice chip. Nice chip. Oh! That should be for his par. But that was... Chris Brookers just said he had to make it. So this must be for his birdie. He must need the win here. Similar to David Wright. Didn't hit it. Did not hit it. You could just see right off the bat he did not hit that putt. I didn't hear anybody concede. I don't know if he hit out of order. He must have lost to... Robert Donay Highlands. He got it. So if that's a bogey, that's a hell of a bogey. Because he was in trouble off the tee. We have the next group. Group number 6 is waiting. They're about 100 yards out. Jim Clark, Yves Biron, Paul Brule, and Ron McWade. This is Robert Love. This must mean something because he's swinging out. It's going to break. Left to right. Does he read it? Yes, he did. Nice putt. Great. I don't know, they haven't played here a long time. They sure got these greens figured out. Nicely done. Chris, can I have you over for a minute? Hey? Come on over. We're going to have Chris Burkers here. Hey, Chris, come on in. Yeah, I know. Just keep an eye on if it's coming at us. Come on in, Chris.
Well, they're waiting for us now, though.
I don't think they're waiting for us.
Jeff will do my interview.
Yeah. Come on in, just for a second here.
Okay, there.
So how did we do today, Chris?
Not well enough.
Oh.
I played terribly.
Oh, it's too bad. You saw a nice shot on 18 there. So.
Yeah, but I was dorming on 14 with the gentleman that hit the flag.
Oh, yeah.
So if he didn't hit the flag, it would have been interesting.
Yeah, it would have been.
So he ended up winning 1 up, and the other gentleman won. I beat him 2 and 1, I guess. No, 1 up.
Okay, so you got 1 win.
2 points, yeah.
2 points, very good though. That's excellent. We got some points. So it's good to get points.
But I like get 6 though.
Yeah, everybody does. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Chris.
Thanks, John.
All right.
Good job.
So there you have it. Chris Burker's got 2 points. I believe that was Paul Brule that just hit that shot in. He's right in the center of the green. He's going to have a left to right putt. Jim Clark hitting, and Jim was an alternate today. That's why we have alternates. So if you ever make an intersection team with the alternate, you never know. One of our better players, Colin Harding, unfortunately got COVID and could not play today. What a great shot by Jim Clark. Blew there to about maybe 10 feet. And he'll have an interesting putt. It's going to break a little bit, but it's certainly makeable. So Carleton was off to a great start. They've got points in every match so far. They've got a total of 18 points, I believe. 12, 14, sorry. 18 points. Two 6s, a 4, and a 2. I believe this is. This is Highlands. Yves Biron, and he's off the back of the green, and he is going to have a fun. Like that. Always trouble at the back of Carleton's greens. Tough to stop the ball, but these guys are so good. This group playing very quickly. They were right behind group number 7, so quite interesting. Ron McWade has gone out to take a look. I don't know if he's looking for his ball or he's picked it up. He's conceded the hole, obviously, or the hole was conceded to him. Say Yves Biron is away right now, followed by Paul Brule. Yves has got a tough downhill chip. He's in the rough in the back. There's a big collar, and then the green starts, and then it slopes downwards. So let's see what he does with it. Not bad. Not bad at all. What a great shot. What a great shot that was from there. I can't tell you how difficult a chip shot that was. Great one by Yves. Yves Biron. Super shot. Paul Brule from Kanana, or from Rockland, sorry. Rockland now. This will break left to right. Puts on the well. We hit it too slow. Oh God, he stubbed that one. He did not hit it well at all. I don't know what happened there. He came up way short. looks like it's Jim Clark from Carleton that's away, and he might be putting for a birdie right now. Solid player and great to step in. Cross-handed grip. Jim knows this putt. Not hard enough. He didn't give it high enough. It was, and now he's left himself a very difficult putt coming. Not a difficult one, but a long putt, and it shouldn't have happened to be that long. But it just got away from him. It happens when you're under pressure. He's pretty bad. I think this probably takes a little pressure off Jim now. He's got it. All right, so he converted that to putt. Made it exciting. So that's the difference between these guys. They can come back and they make a shot that they're not happy with. They can come back and make another good shot to fix their mistake. So great play by Jim, and what an up and down by Yves Biron. That is just brilliant from where he was. Great up and down there. Jim, can I stay for a minute? Whoa, scared me for a minute on that second putt there. Great shot in. The puck got away from you a little bit, but you came back and made is it a par?
Yeah.
Yeah, good par. How'd you do today?
Got one.
1 point? Very good. So you were stepping in, you had to be ready. I know I've been there before as an alternate. You put me in for a nice relaxing day.
And a meal.
Yeah, and a meal. You come here and, hey, by the way, you're playing. So you're in. How did you feel about that?
I didn't play well, but I'm okay with that.
No, but you're okay with...
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you got a little surprise today.
I knew yesterday.
You knew yesterday?
Yeah.
So. Well, very good. Congratulations, and glad you got something out of it. That's good. So there you have it. Jim got a point. And we're waiting for Group 5, and they seem to be down there. Oh, boy. Now this is some of the players I know. I play this next group, Group 5, from Carleton is Will Loudon, from Highlands, Kevin Slay, from Rockland, Stanley Horton, and from Canada, Eric Lake. And they're nowhere in sight, by the way. I play with Will every Saturday. Got a beautiful swing. Hopefully he's doing well today. Yeah, they are nowhere in sight. They must have fallen back. But we've got 5 groups in. So far, Carleton has got 19 points. They started out very, very fast and are cooling off a little bit. So we'll see what happens. We'll try and get an update as to the other clubs. I haven't seen Tyler yet, so he's probably around somewhere getting that information. We're just looking down 18 now to see if anybody's coming up. Hard to tell from here. So, sorry for the dead air. But nobody here on a good crowd gathering here. The players are all waiting for people to come in, players that have completed. And yeah, we have quite a few people are enjoying some beverages. There's my friends over there. I think there's a group coming down 18 now. There they are. So this is, again, Will Loudon from Carleton. From Highlands, Kevin Slay. From Rockland, Stanley Horton. And from Canada, Eric Lake. Five more groups to come in. Half the field is in. So they're just making their way now. It looks like the Highland shirt, and the Canada Lake shirt are both similar colors, and from here it's hard to tell which is which. But I think Canada Lakes is behind is going up. I don't know if that's his first shot. It must be his first shot. He looks like he's behind a spruce tree on number 18. Will Loudon is in the middle of the fairway, but I don't see him addressing his ball. I do see Eric Lake addressing the ball, and he's just hit his second shot, and that is going to end up not bad, about 100 yards out in the left rough on Carleton to my right. So he's going to have a shot in. And I would say this is Eric Lake. Sorry. Don't take a look at the shirt. Sorry, this is Highland. Kevin Slay. Kevin is behind a tree, but I think he's got a shot out. Yeah, I think he's got an opening there. So it shouldn't be too bad. Let's see what he does. Yes, hit a nice the 150 mark in the fairway. That's always a good spot to be at Carleton, and he'll have a nice shot in about 140 into the pin. Good angle coming in, so no trouble there for him. Will Loudon is at the trap on the 18th. He's not in it, he's just before it. He's got that beautiful swing, so simple, and yeah, he's hit a good shot. He will be in the rough, I think. No, he stayed in the fairway. Good for Will, and he'll be about 80 yards out on the fairway on the left side. I didn't see Eric Lake's approach yet. I missed that one. But he's walking over. He's got a caddy. He's walking over to the looks like the right side of the fair. I don't see it on the fairway, so he must be in the right rough, which is a good angle into the pin, by the way, if he wants to go for the and yeah, they're making their way down now. So Will Loudon, our player here, the Carleton's player, from learned the game in Scotland as a junior, was a pretty good junior player, and he's got a very beautiful swing. It's very uncomplicated, and that's why he's so effective, and he generates so much power from that swing of his. He gave up the game for quite a while. He got into raising horses and dealing with horses, and he loved horses, and came to Canada and with his wife, and then got back into golf again. And boy, oh boy, I'll tell you, in the last 10 years, he's just been dynamite. He comes out and he plays a very solid game of golf. And when Will's on, he's on. There's hard to beat him. Okay, who's first to hit here? This looks like Highlands is going to be hitting first. Kevin Slay. Kevin Slay is going to be hitting first. He hit that great punch shot out. He was in trouble. What a nice swing. I got a nice finish on that swing. Let's see what he does here. He's about 125 yards out. Probably 130 to the back pin. He's hitting a bit to the right. He's going to hit the green though. And yeah, he'll be fine. Oh, nice spin on that. Spun the ball back almost off the green. So he's giving himself a very long putt. This is Stanley Horton. Nice shot coming in. Very good. And he'll have an uphill putt of about 40 feet maybe, and it'll break from left to right. It looks like Will Loudon is scoping next. Let's see. I don't think Will will be going for this to the middle of the green. He's aimed up, he lined up to the middle. That's exactly where he hit it. Is he far enough? And he spun it back. So he's left himself a little longer. Anytime you're putting in Carleton, that's good. This rough here, even beside the green, is very difficult. It looks like either Canada's Eric Lake either closed everybody out or got closed out. I'm not sure. He's not playing. We'll try and get an update for those of you watching from the other clubs as to where your team stands. I'm looking for Tyler now. They're, it looks like Hans is going to go first, Kevin Slay. He's lining it up. He spun that ball back about 12-15 feet, and it almost spun it off the green. He's left himself almost one of the longest putts he could have on the green here, and it will break at the end quite a bit. One of the members was a little loud on the practice fairway, practice tee. We had to quiet him down. Putt's on the way. He's giving a good pace, very good pace. That putt is almost. Kevin Slay almost. He was behind a tree, made a brilliant shot to the right side of the fairway, spun the ball back almost off the green, and now I don't know if they're going to concede the putt. No, they're not. I don't know why. Will out next. Loudon over the ball. Good pace on that one. Is it enough? Is it enough? Is it enough? Yes, it is, but it just went by the hole. Good try. So he must have closed Will out. Well, probably needed that putt. Yeah. And not sure what's happening there. Well, can I see you for a minute when you're... Hi, partner.
How you doing, John?
How was it out there today?
Oh, lots of fun.
Yeah?
Lots of fun.
Yeah? How'd you do?
Won 2 matches and lost.
You had to put that putt in?
Had to get it in.
My God, both of you spun the ball. He spun that ball about 20 feet. It almost went off the green. And I figured, my God, if he doesn't know this putt, it's going to be difficult. And he almost put the thing in.
Well, I know. He played very well.
Yeah.
Very well. No, we had a good match. It was good fun by all.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Course was good today.
Great conditions.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see you love this nice Scottish type weather. Oh, cool. I know it's not
Perfect.
cool enough for you, but it's cooler.
It was cool this morning for sure.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Well, congratulations for getting 4 points. It's wonderful. Good to hear, partner. Good to hear it. There you have it. Will Loudon took 4 points, and Kevin Slay, brilliant play on that last hole because he was in trouble off the tee. Made a great punch shot to get his ball in a beautiful position. Hit a third shot that I thought was going to be okay, and then it spun and it kept rolling off the green, and he couldn't hold it, but then made a miraculous putt. For a person, if you don't know Carleton, if you don't know the greens, that putt is difficult, and so good for him. And he he closed Will out on that hole. So interesting. Group 4 coming in. So we have former captain, former president of Carleton, Timmy Yates. Timmy, a staple here at Carleton for many, many years. He's given his heart and soul to this club, and I'm so happy that he's playing really good golf these days. And I'm so happy he's on the team and he's in Group 4, so he's doing really well. From Highlands, it's Randy Fix, and from Rockland, Gaston Pierre, and from Canada, Gary Milani. So we'll see how they're doing. Coming in here, and Tim will keep the group loose. He always does. He's that type of player. He's a wonderful guy to play with. He has a lot of fun out there. He doesn't take it too seriously. He keeps an even keel. He never gets mad at himself or anything like that. And he's a wonderful guy to play golf with. And I'm sure the guys will enjoy our loose out there because of him. He knows the course, of course, and probably can't give him advice, but they certainly can tell him where the issues are on the course with respect to, if that's a trap and what is that, and what is this, he can say that. So Timmy's hitting a ball here now. I don't see any other balls yet. I see Timmy about 140 yards out on the right side. He's in the fairway. He'll probably play to the center of the green. And he did. I don't know if it's going to be long enough. Oh yeah, bounces on. Oh yeah, good overspin on that. Again, that's surprising. Usually when you hit that false front, it just dies there. But he hit it just before the false front and was able to negotiate it up onto the green in a good spot. I'm not sure, but I think it could be only 2 players left in this group that are playing. The other 2 just seem to be walking. I don't see their balls. This is Rockland's Gaston Pierre, and he is in the right rough, about 130 yards off. And depending on his lie, we'll see what he can do with it, because the rough here, if you, as our captain said, if you're in that rough and you're just off into the rough, it seems to be thicker there for some reason. So Gaston, let's see what he does. He's pulled it a little bit. Is he going to be on the green? No, he might have gone into the trap. I'm not sure. He pulled that shot. I don't think he was going for the. Might have been grabbed by the rough. That often happens here. If your club gets caught, it twists. Okay, so we do have another player. Canada Lakes looks like they're playing here. Gary Milani. And he's in the right rough, and he's about 100 yards off. Here's Milani. Shot. Oh, looks like a good one coming in here. Let's see. Did he hold the green? Did he hold? Oh, no. He just pulled it a little bit to the right. He is now on the rough, just above the downhill tip, the downhill green. So the rough is thick there. But, you should be able to get a club underneath it. I just don't. It's very delicate. But these guys are good. They're not here because they're not good. They are all good. And the Highlands. Randy Fix. Just before the trap. So they're all chips it up, and he'll have a good birdie putt. Good for Randy. So these two shots will be quite interesting. They're the one in the trap. You've just got to hit it over that bunker, over the lip, and pop it on the green and let it float to the hole. Otherwise, anything past that pin, if you hit it too hard, is going to roll away on you. Yeah, he looks like he's in the trap. Yes, he is. This is Gaston is in the trap. He's got an interesting shot. Reminder, broadcast at 5:18. You're watching it as it's happening. Oh, what a gorgeous sand shot out there. Very difficult shot to come out of that trap and just stop. Gary Milani, not a very delicate chip shot here. I don't know if he's away. He is away. Okay. Oh, nicely done. Beautiful shot by Gary Milani. I didn't know how he was going to do that. He just floated it up there. Very nice. So it looks like Tim Yates is up now. And Tim waiting for the mark. He's pulled the pin. For some reason, Gaston and Gary are finishing. Don't know why. They're determining who's away, so there must be just 2 points for sale here. The other matches must be finished because the order of play would have been Tim Yates. Yes, he got it. Beautiful. Gaston Pay. What an up and down. What an up and down. He made two great shots there. Tim Yates will run up a hole, but I don't think this counts for anything. I think their matches are over, and I think they're just having fun. And we'll find out from Tim in a minute. Ready, fix. And these matches are done. Timmy, come on over. You're not in trouble.
Did we get the most hits again?
Yeah. How are you today, buddy?
I'm doing just great.
Yeah.
What a wonderful day.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a Tuesday without rain? Ladies, it was a Tuesday without rain, so you can thank us, the men here, for doing our best.
Yeah, you did. We got another good day tomorrow, it looks like. So, how did you do today?
I was okay. I birdied 2 of the first 3 holes, and I was way up in my matches, and unfortunately my back went out, and I didn't make a par the last 10 holes.
Oh my!
So I ended up with 2 points, but
no.
These guys were superb players and wonderful, guests of our golf club, and we battled. It was fun.
Yeah, very good. Well, it was. I found it a little cool this morning, and and you came out hot.
Oh yeah! Oh my God! I was I was on fire, but then unfortunately the 6th hole something went wrong, but you know what? I'll be okay tomorrow. A little rest and relaxation will be good.
Very good. Well, thanks a lot, Tim.
Hey, John. Good job, man.
All right.
All right.
So there you have it. Tim suffered a bit of an injury there, unfortunately, but still managed to pick up 2 points. Next group coming in, group number 3. Oh, my good friend Jim Delahunty. Jim, I'll talk to you about him in a second. Highlands is Tom Hosfeld. Rockland, Colin Brown, and Canada, Drew Lefebvre. So Jim, 68 years old, and he hits the ball like a 20-year-old. He's just miles off that tee. He hits the ball 280 off the tee, easy. So downwind here, I'm not surprised if that's his drive. He's to the right of the left of the trap on the left side. In fact, I'm surprised it isn't farther. Hits the next shot right down the center, and he'll be right up there. A great approach into the green. He'll have a good shot in, maybe 50 yards, 60 yards out. But Jim hits the ball a ton. First time I played with Jim, and Jim, I found out that Jim was we went to the same school, same elementary school. I think he was a year ahead of me, but I did remember the name, and to imagine meeting up with him earlier last year and finding out this is the guy he went to school with. Then I started playing golf with him, and I found out what a wonderful golfer he is and a great guy to be with. I'm glad he went out for the team because he's a very good player. Has been having some health issues with his arthritis, but he still manages to hang in there. So we have here Colin Brown, who's on the right side, and this could be a third shot. Coming in, I don't know if it's going to make the green. I think he's short. Short of the trap after 3 shots. And this one would be Highlands Tom Hosfield. Tom is to the right, and he's got about 170 to the pin, 160 from where he is. In the rough again, and depending on his lie, we'll see what he can do with it, because that can catch your club. We'll see what Tom does with the shot. Not bad. Wow, he hit it straight up the pin. A little short, but wow, pretty good out of that rough. Good for him to get it on the green. you get to the 150-yard marker on this hole, and you saw 150 yards to the center, but the green's long, so it's add another 10, 15 yards. Plus, it's higher than you, and so it makes it even longer, a longer shot. One thing about the greens here, they slope from back to front, so don't be afraid to go over the pins. They're going to stop. Enough, they will stop. This must be Canada. Drew the five. He's wearing a jacket, so I can't tell, but I think it's Canada. And he's in a good spot right there. He's about 110 yards maybe in the fairway. Hitting a drawing in nicely. Very nicely. Very nice shot. Oh, beautiful shot by Drew the five. So group 3. Delahunty moving up to his ball. This is his third shot. And he'll have about 60 yards to the back pin. Let's see what he does. Big shot. Jim Delahunty. On its way. Looking good. Looking good. Might be too far. He spun it back a bit, but he'll have a downhill. And as I said, if you go by the hole like Jim did, because they slope so severely, the ball will stop. So Jim almost spun it back. It just got a bit of a soft spot there on the green. Drew the five. Hit a beautiful shot in there. He's got a looks like a birdie putt. Nice, about 10 feet. Highlands taking away. Tom Hosfield going at it, and his putt is short right. Hey, Jim. Hosfield, second putt. And he missed that. So that's a 3-putt for him. So I'm not sure if he was closed out. We're starting to see players closed out now, so they're coming in. This could go down to the final. But I'm looking for Tyler to see where we stand. I'm sorry I can't give you an update. I'd like to. But my support system seems to have gone. Delahunty next. Jim knows his putt. Group 2 behind him, coming down the fairway, so we won't have long to wait for them. Terry Kuzma just hit a nice ball to about 140 yards in the fairway. Jim taking his time on this. He must have to put this in for a birdie or something, because he's really analyzing it. It's on the way. It's hard. He's hit it hard. Way hard. He must have needed that. He must have needed that one. That's why he gave it such a good rap. And the matches were over. I guess that was the only match left. Looks like Jim, you got a minute? So, how was it out there today, Jim?
Hey,
buddy.
Made some, missed some.
You did? How'd you do?
I got two. Got
You
2 points. 2
yeah.
points.
So you obviously needed that last putt there to.
Yeah, I needed the last putt. I didn't want to leave it short, and I hammered it right through the legs.
Yeah. So we saw you on 18. You're to the right of the trap, and you laid up to here. Any thought of going for the green at that point?
I did, but the lie wasn't really great.
Right, it was good,
So
eh?
that was the longest club I could get.
Yeah.
Solid contact.
Well, you
with
put
the ball.
yourself in a good spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just such a horrible wedge player that I hit that thing
Actually,
15 feet past the hole.
had you hit about a foot or two earlier, that thing would have spun right back. You just hit a soft spot right there, and it just dug in. So anyway, so how did you enjoy being in the intersections?
It was fun. I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was the back nine was letting me down. I think I was leading in 2 and 1 down after the first.
Yeah.
That first 9, but then I couldn't make a putt on the back 9.
Well, it happens sometimes.
Yeah,
But
it
anyway, good for you getting 2.
Thanks, John.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's important to get points in every match, and we have that. Carleton has got 2, 4. 11. With 2 matches left. So it looks like, I'm not sure what's happening here, but this is Terry Kuzma coming in. Highlands is Paul Nguyen, Rockland Peter Dane, and Canada Peter Shedler, our old friend Peter. Peter was a former club champion here. Look at that shot by Terry Kuzma. Very nice. Peter's a character. Loved having him here. It was so much fun to play with and so much fun to be with. They moved out to the Canada area, and we lost him to Canada, but certainly loved having him here. And he worked so hard to be the club champion here. He just worked so hard at his game. This is Peter Dane. It looks like there's only one match going on here. I don't see anybody else. Shedler seems to be walking off. I think he wants it marked. Yeah, Peter Dane wants Terry Kuzma's ball marked. It is in his way if he does manage to hit it. So it's 5:34. One more group after this to come in, and yeah, he's marking his ball. Just checked up on him and stopped a bit short, but not too bad. It was a wise move having him mark that ball, because I think I might have hit it. Not sure is away here. It looks like Peter Dane is away. They're pulling the pin, and he's got about a 25 foot putt uphill, and it'll break to his left to right. So he's got to start at about a foot and a half left of the hole and let it come in. It'll slow down quite a bit, and as it slows down, we'll do more. Lining it up. And he missed on the right. That often happens. It's hard to read that sometimes, but everything breaks toward the center. Now, Terry Christmas will break again, same way. Boy, you have to have the right pace and right line here. And it's on the way in. It's in! Oh, nice birdie for Terry Kuzma to finish off the round. Good for him. Must have needed that to win the match. And that will give him at least 2 points. Terry, got a minute? Big putt, big birdie.
Yeah, that was the only birdie I made all day.
Is that right? Yeah, you needed it.
I did need that. Yeah,
So
I was one up coming home.
Let's put the camera here a bit better.
Okay.
One up coming home.
I was the one up coming home, and he hits it a mile.
Yeah.
Hits it a ton. So he probably was, I don't know how far he was out, 240, and just couldn't get close to the ball. Just could not get close.
Yeah.
But we had terrific matches. All three guys that I played against were just terrific. You know, I'd like to think if they had no home course, they'd join here because we just had so much fun. And
Yeah.
it was a good
So
day.
you got 2.
I got 2. I
Good
got
for
2.
you. Good
Yeah.
for you.
And I was out of the other ones so early.
Yeah.
I was down 2. I was down 3. I was down 4. I was down 5. You know how it goes.
Well, Peter.
But I didn't play badly.
Peter's a former club champion here, as you may not know.
Yes.
He lived on number 5, and so Peter is very familiar with the course.
I told him how much nicer his home is now that he's left it.
Yeah.
Didn't do any good, John.
It didn't do any.
No.
No, it's fun playing with Peter.
Yeah, he's a good man. Yeah.
So anyway, well, congratulations.
Thank you very
Got
much.
your 2 and great birdie.
Thanks.
Great way
Thank
to
you.
finish. The other group seems to be quite far behind here.
I guess they're grinding. Yeah, we just had 2 guys left to go. So.
Yeah. If you see Tyler, could you have him come out and see me if you're going in?
Yeah.
I'd like to get an update on the score. So there you have it. 1 group left. And they're nowhere in sight. I'm sorry I don't have an update. I'm looking for our pro here to give us an update as to where we stand. I'd like to let the other clubs know where we stand. So, Phil, how are you? Good. It's close. Do we have numbers? Okay, thank you. So I understand everything is close right now. So we must be knocking people out. So it could come down to this last foursome as to who's going to move on, and we'll see what happens. I'm just trying to get a feel for this, so to let you know what the situation is. So I just spoke to our vice captain, and hopefully he's going to get me some more information. Anyway, this last group, 540, still nowhere in sight yet, so they must be grinding, and this last group is the number 1 players from each team: Kevin Lemenchik from Carleton, Paul Ridyard from Highlands, Bob Irving from Rockland, and from Canada, Doug Kaler. So we'll see what's going on. I'm still trying to get an update here. If anybody sees Tyler, can you have him give me an update? I'd like to update everybody as to where we stand. Vice Captain coming up here, Phil Byrne. Phil, come on in. So, what's the situation right now, Phil?
Well, unofficially, it looks like Canada's probably going to win.
Okay, Canada looks like the winner.
Yeah, and Carleton's close with Highlands for second. So
Carleton and Highlands close for second. So
We'll
this
wait to
last
see.
match here is going to be
should
critical.
help decide where
Okay.
we finish.
Okay, so
If we finish second, we host next year.
we host next year. Okay, well, so Canada looks like they're going to take this one. We got off to a good start. We had like 14 points within the first three players, and then things cooled down a bit.
That's right.
Unfortunately, but hey, it happens. It's golf, eh?
Canada's a strong team. They came back from A last year down to B.
Yeah.
Looks like they may go back to A again this year.
Oh, this really good golf here, Phil. I've been watching some of these guys play, and some of the up and downs they were making around 18, and some of the shots, unbelievable. Like just
very strong.
Just good golf. And then it's been a great day to watch. We have our number one player out there, Kevin. Hopefully he's doing well.
Yep.
Any word on? Have you any update?
He was leading in one, losing in one, and tied in one about the 8th hole.
About the 8th.
That's about
okay.
all I have.
Well, he's in tough, but
And he's a great player. So
he is a
we'll see
great
how he
player.
does.
Yeah, that's great news. So let's hope he can pull through.
Yes.
If anybody can,
Thanks for
Kevin.
doing this.
No problem. You know how far they are behind? No.
They're not far.
No.
They weren't far.
So there you have it. It looks like if you're from Canada, Riley and his crew, it looks like they're going to take home first play, go back to the A's, and it's going to be a toss-up between Highlands and Carleton for second place. Everything's close. Second place means you host next year, so that's an important spot to be. So we'll see what happens. Unfortunately, I think Rockland's going to drop back. So there you have the situation. I don't have the actual numbers, but I will get a better sense of that once the last group gets in. And we still have no visual on the last group. Folks, I got to tell you, this is a lot of work keeping it going in terms of what to talk about here at Carleton. If it sounds like an ad for Carleton, I'm sorry. That's all I know. It's the only club I ever belonged to. But I have played some of these courses. I've played Highlands, and I played Rockland, and I did play Canada, but long ago. I'm not sure how I would remember them today. But very good for Canada. They Roddy had said, their pro, that if you could play at Canada, you can play anywhere, and that's the truth. That is a very, very tight course, but also the greens, I always found they're very hard to play with, because a lot of them are domed. You're hitting up and you're trying to stop the ball, and sometimes it can get frustrating if you don't hit a high sloping ball. And the players, when you play at a private club or any club that you play a lot, you tend to develop a game that is advantageous to that course. So if you need a high shot that spins, you tend to learn that shot. If you need to hit draws on every hole, you tend to learn that shot. So at Carleton, we're lucky because you need to learn how to fade the ball, how to draw the ball, how to place the ball. Very similar. Our greens are not tricky, so they're fair. Anyway, good news. I see them coming down 18. It's almost coming to a close here. We'll find out what the final story is. Last word we had, it was very close between Carleton and Highlands for second place. So Lemenchuk was up 1, down 1, and tied with 1 after 8. Of course, that doesn't mean anything. The back 9 changes everything here at Carleton. We'll see how that works out. Kevin, our former club champion here, was in the club championship, final group of the club championship again this year, playing terrific golf, terrific competitor. I went to school with Kevin. We're both from Brookfield High School. He was younger than me, but he was a tremendous athlete back then. A great basketball player. Point guard. I don't think I've ever used a magician with that ball, but anything Kevin touches, he's good at. He's a good curler, and of course, a very, very good golfer. But he seems to be, he hits the ball a long way, but he seems to be in the similar spot that Randy Fix was earlier today, right behind the tree. But he's got a shot. He's got a shot. I think he's got a shot. I think he's got a swing. We'll see. He's hitting now. Kevin Lemenchuk from the right rough. Yes, he got it out. He got it out beautifully. Right in the center. Long way. My goodness, he hit that ball long. And he's got it to about maybe 40, 45 yards off the green. What a tremendous shot by Kevin Lemenchuk. Of course, these are the number one. This is Doug Kaler from, I'm sorry. This is Bob Irvin. Bob hit a nice shot. He's just behind Kevin in the right. He's got a good approach to the green, maybe 50, 60 yards off the green. This looks like Highlands, Paul Ridyard. Paul Ridyard, nice shot. Almost with Kevin in the middle of the green, middle of the fairway, about 45 yards off. And Canada, Doug Kaler. Doug, if that's his drive, that is a massive drive. He's looking to hit the green in two here. Whoa. It's coming in. He's not going to be on the green. It's going to be in the rough. And deep rough. But these guys are good. He's about 60 yards off, 50 yards off. So there they are. The last group coming in. Last group coming in. I think it's Bob Irving that will be hitting first from Rockland. Let's see. Yes, it is Bob Irving hitting first. So Bob is about 70 yards, 80 yards off the green. Wind is with him. There's a pigeon in the middle of the green playing with something. Shoo! Shoo! Go! I can't get rid of it. You can see that pigeon there? Irving hits his ball in. It's looking good. It's looking really good. Oh, what a shot. Spun it close, and he's about 12 feet away. Boy, these guys can play. Nice shot. 10-foot putt. Very birdieable. Looks like Doug Keller from Canada is going to hit next. He's scoping now. It's a low shot in there. Oh, that's going to bounce off the back of the green. He's got that chip shot again, that delicate chip. That's what the rough does, though. You want to make sure you make contact with the ball. You hood the club a little bit, And Kevin Lemenchuk will be hitting it. It doesn't look like he's away, but he's hitting anyway. He's going to put some spin on this. Kevin can just spin that ball. Hope he doesn't put too much on it, unless he hits it past the pin. Oh, he can. Oh, he hit it short. He hit it short, and he's going to have a long putt. And Paul Ridyard from Highlands. It might be a little bit short, but he's not bad. Yeah, he's short. So Doug Kaler hit Bob Irving from Rockland hit a beautiful shot in there. He's marking his ball now. Doug Kaler is behind the green. Canada looks like they've won, so it doesn't really mean much. So it's going to come down to Highlands and Carleton. See what happens. Kevin would love to have that shot back. He didn't hit it. He didn't hit it well. He's actually away. Things seem to be a little tense on the hole. There's a lot riding. This up, and we've seen some long putts almost go in today. If anybody can do it, these guys can. They're the cream of the crop right here. Kevin checking it over. Very meticulous. And very well, we're coming close to the end here because my camera is about to shut down. So hopefully I can get these results in before I run out of battery. Putts on the way. Good pace. Good pace. Really good pace. Oh, just missed. Just. Kevin gave it a great run there. I just 2 inches more on the outside. That would have been in the hole. Now we have Doug Kaler. He's delicate chip shot. That's going to run, and not bad from there. But that's what happens when you hit it too hard from behind the green. You're in that rough. It does not. You can't put any on the ball, and the ball just slides down. So we have Highlands Rudyard. This is a big putt. A little soft. No, he's going to have a tester. How you doing? Where we stand right now?
So we're Carleton is 1 point ahead for second place.
Okay.
So it's all going to come down to these matches here to see if we hang on for second.
Okay, and Canada officially the winner?
It looks like they're at.
Yeah. are critical here. So you might not have heard that. Carleton's got 28, Canada 27, or sorry, Highlands 27. So this match will determine where next year's Intersectional in the B division will be played. This is Doug Kaler. Okay, so he missed that one. He's out of that hole. This is Bob Irvin, who hit a really nice shot in there from the fairway. Nice little draw. Came in and just stopped up beautifully. Nope, he did not hit that enough. Oh, Kevin Lemenchuk's next. I thought it would have been Paul Rudyard, but it's Kevin Lemenchuk. Everything is pretty tense. This is a very, very important putt. I can't believe that. So this could be for the marbles here. Oh, Kevin hit that ball. It's just leapt out. And no mistake about it. Paul Rudyard put that in. Good for him. So Cam, we'll see how we stand here. We'll try and get Kevin here for a minute. Kevin, can you join us for a minute? Boy, you guys are grinding it out there in the end. Kevin, Cam, come on in. So,
well played.
How was it out there, Kevin?
Well, it was tough. Those guys played fantastic.
Yeah.
And my putter was a little on the frigid side today. But hit the ball okay. Just couldn't get the ball in the hole today. One of those days, and they played great. Those two guys.
So how many did you get today?
I don't even know. I think one. I think I tied the 3-putt.
Okay.
That putt was for the win.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know what? It was a great day on the golf course again.
That was a great putt. That was highway robbery. That
I thought you had it there.
Yeah, that's all right. It was a good stroke, so just
anyway,
a little too firm.
Congratulations.
Thanks, John, for doing this as well. I really
you're
appreciate
still
it.
our number one guy.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So Cam, come on in. We'll finish off this broadcast. And Cam, a great day, Carleton. Congratulations to Canada for winning. And I'm not sure where we stand, but it looks like Highlands may have finished second, and we're finishing third. So it looks like we're going to Highlands next year.
It's possible. Yeah, we'll get the final results. If that is 1 point, then very likely. We finished third, but it was so close, right?
Yeah.
And well earned by Canada.
Yeah.
And they're off to have some great burgers and another successful year. Great to host.
Yeah.
And
great.
thanks so much, John, for your awesome commentary.
Well, thank you very much. It's been a long day. I've been doing this since 3 o'clock, and I talked about everything I could talk about, and I hope you guys have put up with it. But if you didn't catch it, if you're seeing this on tape delay, I hope you put up with my rambling today. It's hard to fill airtime on there when you're waiting for people to come in. But thanks for joining today. The 2022 Senior Men's Intersectional from Carleton. Congratulations to Canada, and on to next year, Cameron. We'll get it back here.
We'll get it back. Yeah. Thanks so much, John. Well done today.
Bye-bye.
Great.
See you all later.